Hi, I'm Carrie Walls. With a unique blend of psychology and business acumen, I work with small and medium sized businesses to help business partnerships and relationships improve the company's success. When people ask me what I do, I often say that I work with business partnerships and business partners who skip the premarital counseling and then get into trouble later. People often laugh. Business partnerships can be a great asset to your business, and they can also be a source of suffering, upset, and a lot of things can go wrong as well. Here are 5 keys to business partnership success so that your business partnership can go well. The first one is before you even start, have a very clear idea of the different roles and responsibilities. Often people are business partners, but they have an individual day-to-day role, like maybe they're the CEO or they're COO or they're head of another department. But be sure these roles are equitable because often when business partners come to me, one of the biggest upsets is an unequal workload or somebody's doing more work than the other, and resentment can build and have it go off the tracks. The second key to have a business partnership go well is to talk through potential breakdowns before they happen and to come up with some solutions that could be used to address the situation when it happens. Most business partnerships have a legal document or something that says just very basic things about if one person dies and what happens to the shares of the company and all those kinds of things. But I find that those don't actually address what goes wrong in a partnership and what tends to cause the most trouble. Like, what if you have different visions of the strategy, or you want different outcomes, or you want different things from the business? These are the kind of things that need to be talked through before you start and hash out those things, and also look to see what you might do to address issues that come up where alignment isn't very strong. The third key to a successful business partnership is to have a regular, ongoing structure for communication. Because if you don't have some sort of structure set up, it will go to the back burner. We all tend to be a little conflict averse, and so much can be happening in a small business, and we're reacting to all these things. It's easy to have the communication fall to the background, and it's too important to have that happen. So in a regular structure for communication, you would talk about business strategies, those kind of things. But very important is also, how are you working together? You might ask your business partner, how has it been working with me this week? And then really listen to what they have to say and listen to try to understand as best as you can so you can improve your business relationship. Because people in the company know when mom and dad are fighting. It's very obvious, and employees pick it up. They start taking sides, and all of that's a distraction to really what your company is about. The fourth key to a successful business partnership is to learn to listen to each other really with curiosity. We all have a different view of a situation, and usually both people are right. It's not like one person's wrong and the other person's right. But often we're listening to be ready to say what our point of view, or we're listening for, I agree with this person or I don't agree with them. And that's not really listening to them and hearing what their concerns are. Here's an example. Parents, there's one lenient and there's one very strict. The solution is probably someplace in the middle. It's not totally strict or totally lenient, but that's the value of a partnership, if you can hear each other's perspectives and find a way to be creative together. You'll find solutions in business that you wouldn't have thought of otherwise, which is a great thing about partnerships. Things to consider around listening with curiosity is, how do you communicate when you're upset? Do you tend to shut down and be quiet? Do you tend to attack? Do you tend to get reactive? All of those things can get in the way. And do you avoid confrontation? Do you let things build up until it's kind of becomes a bigger and bigger issue for you? And are you willing to talk through matters that are difficult until you get to resolution? That's really important. Just take it all the way to the ground until you both understand what each other's perspective is and find a way to move forward together. Another very important piece of having a partnership work is your ability to be open to coaching and feedback from your business partner. Lots of times when we're self-employed, we think, well, we don't have a boss and we don't have to be accountable to anyone. But with a business partner, you really do. Are you open to listening to feedback? Will you argue and defend yourself when you hear something you don't like? Will you just not say anything and let frustration fester? All these things can get in the way, but if you're open to coaching and feedback from each other, it can really make a big difference in your partnership and the business success. So I've talked about 5 different keys to business partnership success. The first one was create clear definition of roles and responsibility. And that's really important. The second one is to talk through potential breakdowns before they happen and come up with solutions to address those. And have a regular, structured way of ongoing communication where you meet regularly, at least once a week, and you talk about how the partnership and how you're working together, and not just business stuff. It is business stuff. And the fourth one is listening with curiosity. And the fifth one is to be open and curious and open to coaching and feedback from your business partner and really listen to what they have to say. You will find your performance improves quickly. If your business partnership relationship is strong, the business will be more successful, I promise. If you have questions about a business partnership or would like to talk more, please contact me at Carrie@coachingcollaborative.com, or my website is coachingcollaborative.com.